My 20 male girlfriend, 19 female, broke up with me a week ago, but I don't she think she really wanted to. Hello, so after returning from vacation with her family, my girlfriend and I ended our relationship last week. Everything was going pretty well with us before the trip, and I was more confident in our relationship than I had ever been. Again, I had to miss her for 2 weeks, which was difficult for me since I craved intimate face-to-face contact every now and then. After a few days of her not contacting me, I informed her that I'd like it if she messaged me more since I missed her. She was apparently upset with me for this, but she didn't tell me. She discussed this with her parents and a friend, and they told her, if you're already having questions this early in a relationship, maybe you're simply not meant to be together. She took this concept very seriously, and I believe she opted to break up with me in order to avoid having to deal with the difficulties in our relationship, which I believe aren't many. So, when she returned 1.5 weeks later, we finally phoned for the first time after that little dispute, and I realized something was off, so I called her out on it, and she wanted to see me in person the following day. So I knew there was something wrong. The following day, she wanted to end our relationship because we were too dissimilar, and there was nothing I could say to alter her decision. She still loved me, she embraced me tightly and kissed me randomly, and we both grieved a lot, but decided to go our own ways. I consented simply because she couldn't see it working, and it had to come from both sides. Now, a week later, I believe she still loves me and does not want to end our relationship. She hasn't changed our FB status or removed our cute Insta pictures. I told her I wanted to meet with her to obtain some closure for myself, but she said it was too soon and she preferred to wait longer. I believe she still has strong feelings for me and does not want to meet with me because she is still in love with me, and that she wants to stop our connection to avoid future hurt, which is exaggerated in her mind. Now I want to write her a lengthy text detailing all of my feelings about us and the breakup, as well as if I still see a future for us and whether she is certain of her decision to stop things. Do you think this is a good idea, or do you think I'm putting too much pressure on her? Story 2. My cheating ex, 27 male, contacted me, 28 female, while his AP is pregnant again. Backstory. We were together for 5 years, a significant portion of my 20s, until he cheated and got his current girlfriend, the app, pregnant last year, which is the sole reason he confessed. I decided to remain, but he ditched me 2 weeks later and allowed his mother to post the pregnancy announcement on social media. We remained friendly for another 6 months, even going on a trip and having. I also assisted him with bills and a resume. I cut him off after he and his mother attempted to gaslight me as a homewrecker in order to placate the AP. They began dating after the kid was born and ultimately moved in together. His mother made certain that everyone, including me, knew. According to him, they still live together approximately 10 minutes away from me, but he never said whether or not they are still dating. My ex had already contacted me, but I had ignored him. My ex-boyfriend texted me. He texted me from a different number, so I had no idea it was him. Then he sent me a clue and I knew. When I inquired why he texted me, he stated there was no reason. However, after a few days of catching up and making arrangements to meet for a drink, he disclosed his genuine intentions. This is probably poisonous, he added abruptly, forgiving the profanity, but I want you to sit on it one more time, honest offer. This was one of a number of messages. I either ignored them or returned the conversation to the meeting for a drink. I wanted to meet with him once before the new year so he could see how well I looked and confront him about his current girlfriend app. I had a feeling she was pregnant again, but I wasn't sure whether it was his. His mother would have yelled it from the mountaintops, and his contacting me piqued my interest even more. We didn't get together. When the moment arrived, he disappeared and contacted me hours later to reschedule. I chose to ignore him. Then he texted that he had purchased beverages for us to enjoy. I told him all I wanted was a drink from my favorite bar. Gotcha, he said. The following day, he wished me a Merry Christmas. I said the same thing, and that was the end of it. I checked his social media today, and he did indicate to someone that he visited them when insert baby name arrived, indicating it's his kid. My opinion. I'm glad I don't have any links to him, and I'd never sleep with him again. I'd avoided a pregnancy, an STD, and the embarrassment that may have resulted from sleeping with him. I don't care about his AP/mother, kids, but I would never insult her or their child in that manner. I am a firm believer in doing unto people as you would have them do towards you. Even though I shouldn't, I feel pity for my ex. I don't believe he's convinced the baby is his. They are meant to be together. He is a self-centered individual. He thinks so little of me and so much of himself that he felt he could offer and I'd accept. It makes me giggle, but it also makes me think about how much I have discounted myself in the past for him to think such a thing about me. I've matured a lot, and it feels nice not to have feelings for my ex. I was madly in love for 5 years, no matter how horrible things became at times. I dated/fell in love with an old buddy 3 months after I cut him off. He treated me as if I were a queen. He unfortunately ghosted me before my ex reached me, but he helped me tremendously, so I don't regret it. Now I'm simply trying to give myself the love and care I deserve, so that one day I can discover true/healthy love and have a wonderful family. God bless and farewell to my ex. Story 3. I think my flatmate male 18 is micro-cheating on his girlfriend, female 18 of 4 years with me, female 19. So I just relocated to University Halls and have been there since September. A few weeks in, I began to notice one of my flatmates being a little flirtatious and generally playful with me, but not with my other female flatmates. At first, I didn't think much of it, but the issue was that he had a girlfriend. They've been together for 4 years, from high school until today. Knowing this, his behavior perplexed me, and it was not returned by me. I originally believed I was deluded and that I was exaggerating his activities, but when I reached out to my friends back home, they agreed that his acts didn't make sense for someone in a long-term relationship. I didn't want to tell my flatmates anything since I didn't want to cause difficulties in the apartment. However, we became closer, and he quickly became my closest roommate. We got along well, which was encouraging given that we had recently relocated to a new city. I believe myself to have a lively and flirtatious disposition, Gemini Sun/Libra rising, but I treat most new people in this manner, and I was definitely attempting to make friends with my flatmates. We quickly got into the habit of viewing movies together, however. That was good until we began sleeping in the same bed a couple evenings a week. We never spoke about it, and neither of us would leave without the other knowing until the next morning. We did end up spooning and snuggling a couple evenings. I attempted to stop him by remaining in my own room, but he would contact me and beg me to come to his room. We never spoke about sharing beds, and it never became. Nonetheless, we continued to flirt and play. When we were in uni separated, different campus, we were kind of clingy, and I saw funny stares from my flatmates who had no clue what was going on when we would all hang out together. He said a lot of inappropriate things to me that were amusing at the time. We were watching a movie a few weeks back when he fell asleep on me, snuggling my arm. I tried to break away, but he drew me in even closer, as if he didn't want me to go. I was able to go. It was about 1 a.m., and it was the last time we nearly spent the night together. When I was anxious about university work, he would come over and soothe me while also assisting me with errands, washing/food shopping/laundry. We often napped together. We'd constantly be touching in some manner while we were together, and it was all just too near. Many folks believed we were dating while we were out on dates or simply walking down the hallways. I recall him telling his mother about me and describing myself to her. He had shown her pictures of me and told me she wanted me to come to visit. Throughout this, I met his girlfriend a few times, but was too shy to truly converse with her. She attends a different university but lives in the same city. She did question one of my flatmates once if there was anything going on between me and him, but I didn't believe there was, so it wasn't an issue. I don't believe he realizes she asked this. We haven't seen each other in about 2 weeks since it's Christmas vacation. Every day, we continually discuss message. He suggested that I pay him a visit and stay with him in his hometown, but I resisted. His mother also wanted me to attend, which I found unusual given that I had hardly met/knew her. I haven't told my parents anything about him since it's not a thing to me. I'm not sure if he realizes it, but he's fairly flirtatious through messaging, and is constantly asking me questions about my day and so on. He sends me pictures of outfits he's thinking about purchasing and asks for opinion on a variety of topics. He also created a private spam account, which is largely made up of random images of myself rather than his girlfriend. When I showed my course mates this account, they assumed he was my boyfriend because the pictures are so casual. There are pictures of me sleeping, sitting on his bed, sitting on the sofa, all very mundane, and most of the time I don't even know he has taken these pictures of me until he has posted them. To be honest, I've been battling a lot with this since I like him and respect our relationship and don't want to lose it. We're also flatmates, so I can't exactly avoid him. I also don't want to jeopardize my ties with my other flatmates or damage his connections with them, since we all want to live together next year. We're extremely similar-minded and practical individuals who aren't totally comfortable with our emotions, which is why I believe it's gone this far without us ringing it up. I believe we have both avoided it out of convenience, and neither of us wants to be the one to confront it first. Basically, it's officially becoming an issue. I mean, he hasn't blatantly cheated on his girlfriend, but is behaving as if I'm his girlfriend enough to handle everything.